I'm Adam Collins, this is Crick Buzz, and I'm back at Lords, exactly where England were holding up the World Cup no more than a week and a half ago, but they're back at headquarters for a test match against Ireland. Of course, it was an Irish captain, Eoin Morgan, who was the man receiving that World Cup in front of the Plum Warner stand over there. Different circumstances now. It's a test match against Ireland. I'm wearing my green tie today to reflect the fact that the Irish are in town for their first ever test match at headquarters, their third test match of all time since being granted full member status of the ICC. Their first was at Malahide against Pakistan. They lost also to Afghanistan, but they have a good opportunity against England. Of course, they won't be favourites, but for England's part, they're missing Jimmy Anderson. It was confirmed this morning he won't come up from his calf strain. They're not going to have Jofra Archer, they're not going to have Jos Buttler, and they're not going to have Ben Stokes. The latter three all rested after their World Cup exploits, and of course with an Ashes series around the corner, there's some careful man management required in the middle of a very long summer for this England national side. And here was Joe Root, the England captain, talking about the sense of occasion, but specifically his side. We're going to see a couple of debutants, Jason Roy and Ollie Stone.
Yeah, I think with Jason, I would want him to just go and be himself out there. I want him to express himself and just trust his instincts as much as possible. I think he's got very good instincts. He reads the game very well, and you know he brings something different to our Test batting side for sure. But he's a very exciting prospect and fully capable of. He's a proven performer in international cricket, so fully capable of going on and making big contributions at the top of the order. I hope he doesn't try and play differently. I hope he just be himself. He's seen throughout, only small pockets, but seen throughout the World Cup in particular, there were times when he was able to soak up pressure, trust his defence, and it might be that he has to draw that out for longer in Test cricket, but you know that there are times when he can put pressure back on the opposition, and he's one of the best in the world at doing that. Two guys that not been around a Test squad in England. I thought they came in and put very good cases forward for selection. They've performed well in the Championship. I know Ollie's only played a couple of weeks, but it's done well since he's come back.
Ollie Stone's a fast bowler who they've been investing in the England side for the last couple of years on tours. Now finally gets his opportunity. For Jason Roy's part, he's always said throughout his white ball career for England that he desperately wanted an opportunity to play Test cricket, and that's precisely what he's going to get tomorrow when he walks out those famous gates in the pavilion at some stage tomorrow or the day after when he opens the batting for England. We're going to see two spinners. You might be able to tell it's scorching hot. It's bright, it's beautiful, the weather is absolutely ideal for hot cricket. I'm not necessarily certain that'll suit England or Ireland, of course, they're used to it being a far more moderate temperature, but 4 days on the trot expected to be over 30 degrees, and in the UK context, that is scorching hot. So England are going to go in with two spinners. Jack Leach from Somerset, the left-arm orthodox, had a degree of success over England's winter tours last year, and of course Moeen Ali back into the England side. He was 12th man for the World Cup, but he's been a mainstay of this Test team for about 4 years. For Ireland's part, what a great occasion, but also what a great opportunity for these players who actually have quite a bit of experience at Lords. You'll be able to read on the website Vidushana Hansaraj's piece about how many of the guys in the Irish team have been MCC young cricketers over the years, not least William Porterfield, who is the captain of this Irish side. And he was talking about some of his great days as a younger man at Lords at his press conference before the Test match.
I'll be truthfully honest, probably not. I was just saying there's quite a few lads still on the ground staff or on the actual staff here that were groundsmen at the time as well, so it's been slightly different catching up with everyone and being kind of the other side of it, so it's still pretty special. Just sending Craig on the way across. We used to have to dish out the programmes and the boxes and stuff in the morning, and just all the little bits and pieces you have to do. It's going to be slightly different being on this side of the fence. I think it's a big shout to say it'll exceed anything in terms of cricket. Yes, it will be, and that'll keep pushing everything back home and keeping the profile up there and making it as strong as it can be, and getting a following and everything else. But I wouldn't say that if we win this Test match it'll be the greatest thing that's ever been achieved in Irish sport, but and as far as cricket goes, yeah, it will be.
Porterfield, who first captained Ireland all the way back in 2008, has so much experience. He's part of that golden generation, which you might see a couple of retirements. Not outside the realms of possibility that this will be the last time that a couple of the Irish players choose to turn out before they retire or go back to first-class cricket here in the UK. I'm mostly thinking of Tim Murder. Tim Murder, of course, played England under-19s, played for Surrey. He's a mainstay here at Lords for Middlesex. He won them the county championship a couple of seasons ago. He, of course, plays for Ireland due to his ancestry. He's been part of the side for about 6 years now. Has a great opportunity to bowl on a track which he knows so well. There is some grass on it too, you know. It's going to be hard and flat. Don't worry about that. But a little bit of grass early. Tim Murder knows the slope at Lords better than almost anyone that's ever played here. He's been such a veteran of county cricket here in this part of North London. Boyd Rankin, another player with a bit of an English background to the extent to which he was eligible to play for England in Test cricket, and he did so in January 2014 against Australia in an Ashes Test, but now he gets the chance to play against England for Ireland. Such a rare thing to be able to say that he's played for both sides in one of these contests. And then you think of someone like Paul Stirling, who again, he plays his county championship cricket here at Middlesex, but he'll have to make a decision next year. As of season 2020, you can only play county championship or for Ireland. You can't do both anymore now that they've become a full member nation of the ICC. There is a couple of years grace period, but Stirling has a big decision to make, but a great opportunity. He's been one of the most important players for Ireland over a relatively long period of time now. Andy Balbirnie is another man with experience, having been on the Middlesex staff here, but he's turned into Ireland's most important batsman. He's been in the side since he was a teenager, but really coming into his own at number 3, and he was so important in that test match against Afghanistan. They may have lost, but Balbirnie's reputation was considerably enhanced. So on the long journey of Irish cricket since 2007, when they famously beat Pakistan in that one-day international at the World Cup, then knocking off England at Bangalore 4 years later in the 2011 World Cup. They didn't get an opportunity at the 2019 World Cup. They didn't qualify when the World Cup was reduced from 14 teams back to 10, but this is their opportunity. This is their chance on the home of cricket to make a statement and show they really belong. And they're not going to get many better opportunities against England, who, yes, they're coming off a high, but they are resting players, and the conditions here might just suit an upset. At the very least, I expect it'll be a very competitive game. Follow it throughout on Crick Buzz. I'm Adam Collins. I'll talk to you after the game.